Hey guys, in late 2015 I got a Dell XPS 9550, and in about late 2016 the battery started to swell. The battery started to push the trackpad pretty high and it was losing a lot of charge, so I wanted to get Dell to exchange the battery for me. Thankfully they had a recall on my battery, but I was going to have to send it back for almost a month, and there was no way I was going to be able to do that with the amount of projects I had on my plate at the time. So just recently I tried to contact them, and sure enough the recall is no longer available, which doesn't make sense, especially for a battery that could be dangerous and damage your computer in that way. They were going to charge me $89 for a battery that I had to replace myself, so there was no way I was going to happen. So I went ahead and ordered my own battery from Amazon. The battery's from a third-party company and it's been working great so far. I wanted to make this video to walk you through the breakdown of the computer to be able to open it up and replace the battery just like I did. And all you're going to need is a couple small screw bits to get this open. I use the iFixit Pro toolkit, and I strongly suggest getting it, as I've used it for multiple things in the past and to break down my computer to replace this battery. So let's get started. Okay guys, so this is the Dell XPS 9550. You can see under here probably that it's got a raised trackpad, which is obviously not good from the battery. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take that out. You're going to want to take the laptop, flip it over so the XPS symbol is facing away from you. Like I said, I've got iFixit Pro Tech Toolkit. I use one little Torx screw and one Phillips head screw, and then one little spudger right there, and that's all I need to fix this. I'm going to go ahead and put the Torx kit back on. You've got all these screws around here. These are going to have to come off with the Torx, and then there's two Phillips head screws underneath there that we'll get after. Alright, I just put all those screws to the side. Now I'm going to switch to my Phillips head bit right here. And this is the magnetic door that opens up your serial, and you're also going to find two Phillips head screws under there. Sometimes it's really hard to get up. I'm going to take those out. Now those two are out, what we're going to do is just open up the computer. Now I've opened up my computer lots of times, so it's not difficult for me anymore. There's an adhesive covering over the M.2 SSD. Sometimes that's going to make it difficult for some people to get up, but it helps if you have this and you're able to follow along the edges to be able to pry it up. But really all you do is just pull it right up. And there's no components, electrical components on this backside, so you don't really have to worry about. So you just put that to the side. So here's the internal of the computer. You can see you've got the two fans right here, your graphics card and CPU are right there, RAM slots, M.2 SSD, and this is the battery. You can see all these raised edges. This is the swollen part. So the first thing you're going to do when you're in here is disconnect the battery right here. I use the little spudger for this one. Just pull back on the tabs just a tiny bit. Should come loose till you can pull the cable out and disconnect the battery. Okay. Now I'm going to keep using my Phillips head screwdriver. There's screws all around the battery right here, and we're going to go ahead and take all of them out of the battery. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now all you do is pull the battery right out, just like that. Recommend you take this and get it recycled in a proper battery place. And this is my new battery. I ordered this from Amazon Prime. It comes from a company called Densing. But you can tell underneath their label it's got a bunch of original Dell battery stuff. So pretty much what they did is they just bought a bunch of Dell batteries when they stopped selling them, and they started selling them under their own name. Just put the little sticker on top. Same thing with putting this one back in. You're just going to line it up with the original holes. I go off the side ones, just like that, and it's sitting right nice and snug in there. And now screws go right back in and everything goes right back together. Okay, that's all the screws. You might think that I missed these two screw holes, but those are actually the screw holes for the Phillips head screws that come through the back plate. So you're going to leave these two right here alongside the ram slots open for the screws that come in through the top of the back plate. And then from here you're going to go ahead and reconnect your power cable. You can get it situated in there pretty nicely and then use the spudger to kind of push it in the rest of the way. That feels pretty snug to me, and everything's nice and tight in there. So we go ahead and grab our top plate and put it right back over. I'm going to start, since I already have Phillips head, I'm going to start with these 2 Phillips head screws that go underneath the back plate. I'm going to switch over to my Torx bit for the last part. Okay, all those are in nice and snug. We're done with all of our hardware. I'm gonna go ahead, turn it over, open it up, and turn on the power button. Sure enough, she works, so there we are. You have a new battery.